Yes, there are currently several ongoing clinical trials evaluating cancer vaccines for the treatment of mesothelioma. Mesothelioma is an aggressive form of cancer that develops in the lining of the lungs, pleura, abdomen, peritoneum, or heart, pericardium, and is caused by exposure to asbestos. Standard therapy for mesothelioma often involves surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation, but the outcomes remain poor with a 5-year survival rate of less than 10%. Researchers hope that cancer vaccines may help boost the immune system's ability to fight the disease and improve patient outcomes. Here are some of the major clinical trials investigating cancer vaccines for mesothelioma. One promising vaccine approach involves using dendritic cells loaded with mesothelioma tumor antigens to stimulate an anti-tumor immune response. Dendritic cells are specialized immune cells that are very effective at presenting pieces of tumor proteins, antigens, to T cells to trigger their activation. A Phase 2 clinical trial, NCT01204684, investigated a personalized dendritic cell vaccine using antigens extracted from a patient's own tumor cells. The trial enrolled 30 patients with unresectable malignant pleural mesothelioma. The vaccine was well tolerated and 12% of patients achieved stable disease for over 6 months. A larger Phase 3 trial is still needed, but these results suggest dendritic cell vaccines may benefit a subset of mesothelioma patients. Another strategy involves vaccinating patients with peptides from mesothelin, a protein that is highly expressed in mesothelioma cells. Mesothelin acts to suppress the immune system's anti-tumor activity, making it an attractive target. A Phase I/II clinical trial, NCT02546921, tested a multipeptide mesothelin vaccine along with immune checkpoint inhibitors in 36 patients with advanced mesothelioma. Preliminary results showed the combination was safe and well tolerated, with 8 out of 22 evaluable patients achieving stable disease. A larger Phase 2 trial is now testing the combination in 80 mesothelioma patients to better assess efficacy outcomes. Oncolytic viruses are another modality being explored for mesothelioma vaccines. Oncolytic viruses preferentially infect and kill cancer cells but are too weak to harm normal tissues. A genetically modified oncolytic virus called JX594 was tested in a Phase 2 clinical trial, NCT00714111, involving 32 mesothelioma patients. JX594 contains a gene for granulocyte macrophage colony stimulating factor, GM-CSF, which is able to stimulate antitumor immune responses. Treatment with JX594 led to 36% of patients achieving stable disease as their best response, with the median overall survival of 17.8 months compared to historical controls of around 12 months. This suggests oncolytic viruses may augment the effect of other immunotherapies through localized tumor lysis and release of new antigens. Allogeneic tumor cell vaccines target mesothelioma cells grown from a different donor rather than the patient's own tissue. This helps overcome tumor immune escape mechanisms that develop in a patient's autologous tumors. An ongoing Phase 3 clinical trial, NCT00706992, is comparing standard chemotherapy to chemotherapy plus an allogeneic whole tumor cell vaccine called MVA5T4 in over 600 mesothelioma patients. Initial Phase I/II data found vaccine treatment improved overall survival compared to chemotherapy alone without significant adverse effects. Final results from this large trial should help determine if allogeneic whole tumor cell vaccines have a role in mesothelioma therapy. While mesothelioma remains a difficult-to-treat cancer, active immunotherapy through vaccines aims to engage and boost the patient's immune system for a more targeted and durable anti-tumor response compared to chemotherapy alone. The ongoing clinical trials discussed highlight various innovative vaccine approaches being explored, including personalized dendritic cell vaccines, defined tumor antigen vaccines, oncolytic virus platforms, and whole tumor allogeneic cell vaccines. Although larger controlled trials are still needed, initial results provide hope that cancer vaccination may one day improve outcomes for mesothelioma patients. Continued research into understanding tumor immunity and vaccine design in mesothelioma could lead to new standards of care using immunotherapy.